Dear all, welcome to Tech Emea. We're very glad to have all this attendance every day from the first day being with us to get knowledge from the best professionals and best companies worldwide from Europe and Africa, Middle East, and basically all over the world. We're very happy to present Travel Tech. This has been created. If you're the first time you are logging in here, we create Travel Tech as we saw a gap in the market that affects Asia Pacific, affects Europe, Africa, Middle East, US, Central America, South America, Oceania. That's the issues that hoteliers have on a daily basis are the same. Doesn't matter where you are. So why myself and Federico found Travel Tech is really to get knowledge and bring knowledge for hoteliers with the best professionals, with the best technology in the market. Like this, you can pass through this bad moment we're passing through. And also looking for the future to have the best practices to get revenue, to have an operations, to have a guest journey or an interaction with your guests, to have the best experience and the best knowledge. So welcome to Travel Tech. We're very glad to everybody that's here. Nicola Seghi from Simple Booking, Theodoros Katsimpras from Bookonlinenow, Booking Engine, Alberto Recanatesi from Bookassist, Rita Justina Varga, Hotel Robot, Rodrigo Teixeira from Asksuite, Pavlina Zikova from My Stay, myself from Travel Tech and Jet Latin, and Alejandro Gomez Lozada, a very good friend of mine, one of the best professionals I have the pleasure to work with on the last 6 years. So welcome everybody to be here. I'm very glad. Just remember also next year, Travel Tech in 2021, we're going to have 5 events. We're going to start in March with the US and Canada. Then we're going to move forward for Travel Tech Brazil, Portugal. Then we're going to have Asia Pacific, then Latin and Spanish speakers with Spain, and we're going to finish the next year event like this one with EMEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. But the difference we're changing for the next year, we will present a new format. The photo is going to be the same for the knowledge. However, we will move for an online fair like this. Hoteliers don't need to move or spend a penny from their hotels and offers and engage the entire team to get. If you need to search for a new PMSs, you're going to have PMSs, you're going to have booking engines, channel managers, everything. So it's going to be easier for you without spending after this year that everybody here is touched concerning the economical side. So Travel Tech this year start with knowledge. Next year will be knowledge plus an online fair like this. You don't need to move from your desk and engage your entire team. Doesn't matter if you're an independent hotel or a hotel chain. So welcome to Travel Tech Emea. Let's start the show. I would like to present to you guys Alejandro Gomez Lozada, one of the moderators. He has 3 minutes to present himself. So Alejandro, please go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Vinny. I'm honored to be here. I will say age comes before beauty because I'm coming before Rita, right? So I've been in the industry for 19 years already. It seems like a lot and then so little compared to all the people that are here with me today. So yeah, consulting for the travel industry currently with a couple of startups that we are accelerating. So happy to be part of today's event and hope we share a lot of knowledge.
Awesome, Alejandro, thank you very much. Rita Justina Varga for the Terrace Bus. Please, you have your 3 minutes, present yourself, present your company, and we're very glad to have you join us in Travel Tech. And I hope it's the first time for a lot of them. Welcome.
Yes. Welcome everyone, and thank you very much for having me, and thank you for the kind compliment on trying to attempt my age. I've been in the industry for the past 20 years actually, but before I started in the industry, before I actually finished school. So that's a statement to my fidelity as well. I find myself in travel tech and my true calling 12 years ago, approximately, working with companies like Averpro, that is now the Edge, Infor, and 2.5 years ago, I was one of the founding members, starting with Hotel Respot, Hera by Hotel Respot, and we are still at a starting stage, but already working with a number of chains, small chains, mid-sized chains on the market. We are an AI-empowered reservation tool via email for hotels and restaurants. And yeah, so we help and support reservation teams, as well as, you know, one of the topics or the main topic for today is enhancing the guest journey, thriving the guests' fidelity and making sure that the Emea request actually stays at the hotel as a booking, right? Apart from that, my heart project is WHTT, Women in Hospitality and Travel Tech, where we are empowering women and underrepresented communities in the travel industry through education, mentorship, and career development. So thank you very much and looking forward to this couple of hours.
Thank you, Rita. So today's panel for the tenants, we're gonna discuss about digital marketing, new ways and change on the guest booking journey. Also, we're gonna discuss how digital marketing is to be used for a hotel to get direct bookings, not only get journey, but we like include most everything here. So welcome. For everybody that's attending, please, on the right side of your computer, if you're in your computer, you're gonna see questions. Please, we're gonna have right now, Rita and Alejandro will start presenting each of the speakers. So, but after that, we're gonna start the first round of questions. So each participant will have a question, then they will answer us. We're gonna have a very short time to interact, or any other of the speakers give them their point or his point. So, but the one thing that is important, do your questions, because at the end you can interact. If you have a question for Theodoros, for Rita, for Alejandro, for Alberto, for Rodrigo, for Nicola, for Pavlina Zikova, or to myself, please go and set it up on the question sites. Also, Travel Tech, we myself, we have more than 16 years working on the field of technology distribution for hotel sales, starting in 2004 as a director of sales in Catalonia for a hotel chains that have more than 4,000 apartments. And after that, I worked in Boiling and after that, Travel Click, and then, okay, I'm here right now. It's a long journey. So welcome everybody. Please, Rita, it's your turn. You can start. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes, so let's start with the introduction. Welcome Pavlina Zikova, who is the founder and CEO of MyStay. So Pavlina, can you please start by introducing yourself?
Of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Pavlina Zikova. I'm coming from Prague, and I'm coming here with MyStay, which is the contactless solution, the guest experience platform that is connecting hotels and guests after the reservation and making some processes at the reception contactless. What I mean that is we're doing automated and contactless communication with the guest, check-in, check-out, and upselling of the features and services in the hotel. So this is what we do, and I'm already in the business for more than 8 years with that contactless solutions, and I'm very looking forward to this discussion here today.
Welcome, Pavlina.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then let's move over all the way to Brazil to Rodrigo Teixeira, the CEO and founder of Asksuite. So Rodrigo, can you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Great, thanks Rita, Vini, Alejandro, and all the other speakers. It's a pleasure to be here with you and the qualified audience of Travel Tech. So I'm the CEO of Asksuite. Our mission is to empower reservation departments to increase direct bookings, lead generation, and reservation agent productivity. We won the Hotel Tech Award as the world's best live chat and chatbot platform for hotels and resorts. Today we are assisting more than 1 million travelers per month by messaging. And today I hope to contribute to my insights and trends that we are seeing in this new scenario.
Welcome, Rodrigo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To be here with us.
Thanks.
Good. So I'll pick it up from here. I'm feeling a little bit like David Letterman because I think the next person needs no presentation. But Nicola, I'm going to ask you to pick up the word. Nicola Seghi from Simple Booking. The floor is yours.
Oh, thank you, Alejandro, and thank you, everybody, and thanks to the Travel Tech team to invite us to this interesting event. Let's say here I am with my wife, and then after 15 years of experience, I've been entitled as an evangelist. It doesn't mean that I am working for the Vatican team, but I am something between a marketing or a senior sales manager. My company is Simple Booking, as you know, providing a smart solution, a CRS solution to improve direct reservation for independent hotels. 15 years old company, and then now member of the Zucchetti Group, the largest technology company in Italy. So what we are looking for is helping hoteliers during normal time to improve the direct sales against the OTA now to recover after the amazing COVID experience. Thank you so much.
Welcome,
Thank you very
Nicola.
much, Nicola. And now I'm going to let Alberto present himself. Alberto Recanatesi at Bookassist.
Recanatesi, good. Yes, hi everybody. Thank you for having invited me. I think probably, unfortunately for me, but it's probably I'm the oldest person in this panel because I have almost 30 years experience in driving technology and marketing in the world of the hospitality. LinkedIn remembered 2 days ago that I'm the country manager since 11 years for Bookassist. I opened the Italian office, the Italian market, and now I'm in charge of some other market, basically located in south of Europe. We provide technology and online strategies to independent hotels and groups to help them to develop their direct business, the direct revenue. I believe, we strongly believe that direct business should be the heart of every hotel strategy, because the direct business leave more money on the table because it has a lower cost of acquisition. And also the direct bookers usually buy high-level room, stay longer, cancel less than the OTA's bookers. So there are several benefits to work direct. Thank you, and enjoy to be here with you.
Thank you very much, Alberto. But you failed to say that you started working at 5 years old, so you're now 35, right? So that's your age, right? So that's what Alberto doesn't want to tell anyone else. And then last but not least, I have to open the floor to my friend Theodoros. So I'm not going to call you Theo here, Theo, but I've done it already. So Theodoros Katsimpras from Bookonlinenow, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So as you said, thank you, Alejandro. I'm honored as well being with such selected professionals in the field. So I'm the Business Development Director of Bookonlinenow. It's a booking engine which is, let's say, we have presence in over 50 countries at this point. So I'm honored being part of the team because from a small company, we are located in Greece, and we succeeded to expand our works in many continents with the help also with Vinicius in from HS Latam, which is in Latam region. I have also 20 years experience in the hospitality field. I began with food and beverage, just to be true. But my first touch with online was with online concierge in luxury products, so usually with villas and yachts. So the last 10 years, I'm working with Bookonlinenow, and I'm helping hotels increase their direct sales. So thank you very much, and every success to us.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. And I think I'm going to hand it over to Rita so we can start with the first set of questions, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Just 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. Just 1 second. I would like to be part of this. We go to the point of the attendance. Please don't forget to set your question. That's very important because it's a unique opportunity that it will have online to make questions so outstanding professionals that we have right now, and we have every day in Bookonlinenow on the different regions of the world that we do this project, and we have outstanding results. So don't lose such opportunity, because normally you don't have such opportunity to speak with CEOs, vice presidents. So this is the enjoy. Try really enjoy and do your questions, and do tricky questions, please. Very tricky ones, okay? To make them against the wall like this, they can show us how we can help you hoteliers to get the best guest journey, digital marketing experience, and how we can build these strategies to get more revenue. So welcome back again. I'm sad about the word to Rita. Thank you again to everyone. Remembering that we're going to have 5 minutes for each questions. Please keep on the 5 minutes. Like this, we don't stand too much. Then we're going to have 2 minutes for opinions. If we need to extend a little bit, don't worry, but cannot be more than 4 minutes. Okay, guys? Because at the end, I'm sure we're going to need to rush in the questions. Like this, we have the time to answer the public questions that normally we're having between 14 to 24 per day. So it's a lot of questions that will need to, like half an hour in the end. So if we can be right to the point, it will be awesome for all of us. Thank you. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Rita, please, you have the word again. And welcome everyone to Travel Tech Emea.
Yeah, hopefully we are still on time. So let's kick off with the man who needs no introduction. Nicola, the first question to you. We're talking post-pandemic, but we are still very much in the middle of a second wave or third wave at some point in the pandemic. In your experience, what are the customers now looking at when they are looking at your website? Where are the eyes of the customers now going?
Well, thank you, Rita, for the question. It's a very smart one. You know, now customers, the pandemic, COVID changes all our behaviors, you know, even selecting an holiday or a travel on the web. Well, by our point, by our experience now, customers, they are showing 3 main concernings, you know, when selecting and browsing on the website, selecting on the Google search pages and so on. The first one is a concern regarding to get sick during the travel. So I am selecting a destination, an hotel, and a resort, whatever. I am concerned to get sick during my trip, maybe because of the flight, because of the ferry, because of the train, a part of the car. Secondly, I can get sick into the property, into the hotel. So I will search because confirmation of health measures and security in the property. Normally, I will search for those information on the official website, of course, so you should have a dedicated area, complete area where you describe what you offer and ensure to the guests. But the last but not least, by our analysis, guests now are concerned also about the services. I mean, I pay money, I will take the risk to travel, I take the risk to be there, and then finally, I am getting an holiday in a hospital, or do I have an opportunity to enjoy my stay, my swimming pool, my spa, my ski area, whatever is it. So you should ensure your guests that your stay, the stay they are signing for, is good stay. Restaurants are still open. A part of Italy now locked down at all. I mean, Florence, Italy, red zone, so nobody is here traveling because of COVID. But in the worldwide areas where the moving travels are allowed, you should ensure clients that the stay, a part of some minimum security measures and limitations, the stay is something that is still available, services and everything. So you will enjoy your stay over there. So considering this behavior, this concerning into the guests that are searching for you, the 4 main W's that in the digital marketing are some success case are so important and they are different than before. So where do the clients search for you? On social media, on search network of Google, on Instagram or remarketing and so on. Plus, why do they search for you? Main topics and questions they are searching on or looking on your website or booking engine, on their TripAdvisor page and whatever, plus what they are searching, and mainly when. That is now the new challenge, you know, because pickup time changed so much. In Florence, in Italy, mostly in a city of art, we were used to have 120 days in advance reservation with a long term. Now it's happened normally that 3 days in advance you will have reservation incoming from Saturday on Tuesday for Saturday. So people start to search for you maybe 2 days, 3 days before arrival. maybe somehow that when they are in the location, because they know that there are still room available over there. Wherever you are in the world, now you find a free room to book, even the same day for tonight. So new methods, a new location for your ads, and new content for your website. Those are the must for a new COVID communication, because communication, by our point, is the new challenge. Now the ones, hotels and resorts, independent mostly, that are managing it properly, this matter, communication, online communication, starting from ads to the website and the booking engine ads included, they will win this challenge, you know. So this is our point, considering, you know, you don't, instead I'm thinking to your matters, you have to take care about customer concernings, you know, what the customers and guests are thinking of, what are they looking for in your location, in your destination, and in your property. So if you try to be a guest, check the guest experience, and then you can deliver them the right solutions and contents. Okay.
Yeah, you have mentioned a couple of regions. Can I just quickly ask, do you think customer behavior differs by region? And I'm also at the same time asking the public where they are tuning in from, the attendees where they are tuning in from, and what they have also experienced in terms of difference of booking behaviors now, or in terms of request behaviors. Also in terms of channels maybe, but also on the own website. Do you have an insight of, you know, we typically talk about, you know, the American behavior of booking. We talk about, you mentioned Italy, but Europe versus APAC would be something different. So do you see any changes there?
Well, let's say apart of this short and the pickup time that is every day short everywhere worldwide, we do have clients in Philippines, Indonesia, Australia as well, then someone in Latin and Mexico and so on, Italy and world Europe. What we saw that domestic market has a different behavior than long haul clients. So phone calls, direct contacts, quotations for one-to-one quotation contacts for that are increasing so much, at least on the European landscape. In the APAC, we saw that people is now using more chats and chatbots and any kind of new tools for direct questions. Because, you know, when normally domestic market, they know better the location and destination they are going to book to search for an hotel than a long haul, long-term visitor. So they do more specific questions, and they do like having an immediate reply by a hotel manager. This is changing.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then picking up on the investment line, I would go to actually Alberto. In terms of investing, and here we are partnering as well with Bookassist between Hotel Resbot. Do you think hotels should wait to the end of pandemic to return in investing in new tools and new resources for their teams, also in terms of supporting the customer experience, the guest experience?
Well, no, Rita. I think that hotel should continue to invest even if the period is changed. The point from I see, first of all, I see a mistake with the hoteliers that I used to speak. They have stopped their digital marketing activities, or at least they have reduced the budget to their activities. But the problem is, I think, that they need to adapt the new activities according to the new demand. The demand is completely changed. First of all, it is domestic. So the markets, the hotels are mainly dominated by domestic travelers. So it doesn't make sense right now to make investment budget versus customers outside your countries. Another point that Nicola said before is the booking window. So because now the bookings are last minute because the future is uncertain. So it doesn't make sense for me to make offer for next summer because I don't know, nobody knows what will happen next summer. And the third point, the third changes is the increase of the cancellations. Unfortunately, during these last months, we saw some peak of cancellation higher than the revenue generated. So there are these areas that must be addressed. The good point is that the marketing, digital marketing, is able to address all these issues, these changes. For example, with the pay-per-click geolocalization, hoteliers can restrict their advertising in a certain region, in a certain city, in a certain country, to avoid to spend money where travelers cannot travel right now. For the last minute request, the meta search platform are the right solution because meta search used to show the advertising after the booker request, check-in, check-out request. So we can restrict our hotel advertising only in the next 30, 60, 90 days, but not for the next summer, to avoid to waste time. And also for cancellations. During the COVID, Google has launched a new payment method named Google Pay Per Stay that allowed the hotels to pay only for bookings generated through Google Meta Search, but where the guest, after that guest sleep went in the hotel. So for this kind of advertising, there is no risk for the hotel to spend, invest budget for canceled bookings. So I think that even if the period is completely changed from last year, but there are currently opportunities for hoteliers. And of course, the brand campaign should be always a little bit, should be always run, because what happens if you stop the brand campaign and then when everything will restart, probably you can lose ranking versus your competitors. So absolutely the digital marketing should continue during these days.
Which contains really much that I think we can all agree on, is knowing where you are going and who are your potential customers. Yeah. It's more important.
I would like to make a point here, if you let me, please. I understand a lot of hotels don't have budget at the moment. So they look at how I invest, how I do that, and they lose themselves, and they have no idea to what they do, what I can do if I don't have budget. So look, guys, ladies, you can do a lot of things. First of all, you have your PMSs, all the back data. You know, for each country or each region, your clients come from the last year. The first thing, take your data, the one you have. If you are a leisure hotel, because leisure hotels can go to 80% when this reopen more than on the MICE or corporate. So the first thing you need to do is start impact those clients. How? You can use your email marketing. Email marketing everyone has. But what I need to filter. So I will filter by region, by city. Then I can filter and to understand what kind of client buys my top scale room, the middle scale, and the standard one. Then I separate that in 3 segments. With those 3 segments, then you start doing your campaigns to attack and to get that public back. What it's telling them, we are here. You don't spend money on that, first. Second, if you have an outstanding organic on your social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, If you have more than 1,000 followers on Instagram, we'll let you do stories and get everybody knows Instagram. So with your finger, you just book it up and they will directly do a direct booking. So you need to explore that. And each post that we'll do, you need to set your link for your website or the link for your booking engine to get those reservations. That is a little bit of tips. I can give more, and I will do that during the session. Thank you very much, Alberto. I will interact with you also. Thank you, Rita. I shut my mouth.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's fine. Thank you, Vinicius.
Welcome.
Good. So I think we can continue and we can pick up. And I think, Alberto, you mentioned a lot of good points, like TPS for me is something that will change the way we market hotels. So the effect is to be seen because it's fairly new, right? But again, domestically and with no cost to the hotel until someone stays or cancels, it's a very good way to compete with someone that has a larger budget, right? But it all comes down to having a structure and to having a plan. So I'm gonna ask you, Theo. So you've implemented digital marketing strategies all over the world with like a lot of clients, but I think sometimes hoteliers fail to have like the basics, right? The 1, 2, 3s. So what do you think does a digital marketing plan or structure need to have to make sure that from search to book, you make it efficient?
Okay, so the first thing, so I will highlight, as everybody already did, that tourism is a lot more cyclical than the overall economy. So we see deeper recessions, and at the same time, there are cases we see also faster recoveries. So the hotel needs to be always ready to adapt all the new trends that happen, all the new, let's say, all the news. Because we're stuck in home, so we watch television all the times to watch the news and understand what is happening globally. Okay, so each market opens, you need to adapt your digital marketing, whatever is regarding your official website, the booking engine, and of course all the campaigns that you will run overall during the period, if you are a seasonal hotel or a city hotel at the same time. So the change right now is actually the audience as well. So if you have number one is that you have a very good website, and you need to start having this website displayed in the Google pages. This is the critical point. So you cannot sell online, especially direct, if you don't have a good website. So which is actually the audience that you are referring to? I've seen statistics lately that we see baby boomers, for example, that they are starting using internet, which they didn't use in the past, or they make online sales, which they didn't do in the past. So even the website, maybe you see a fancy, very nice website, but it's complicated. It has too many things in the menu. So the thing is that you need also to take under consideration which is your segment, which are the actual audience that you're referring to the website, and what exactly in which segment your hotel is, let's say, located. So actually, this is the one thing, is the audience, and the website should be structured this way. Of course, Alberto and Nicola have mentioned the booking window. So when we are talking about campaigns, of course, we cannot run the campaigns as we did in the past. So we cannot go very easy to the PMS traditional statistics. So we need to always check the statistics, even if we have a website, we have Google Analytics, to check from which countries they visit our hotel website, which is the gender, if it's a female or men looking at the hotel. So another thing I will tell you, like a thing that we saw through the booking engine, is that we have lots of searches in the website or the booking engine from women. So they're searching, they're planning, but they're not converting as much as the men. So the thing that I see, in fact, is that the men are paying and actually booking the reservation into the website. So there needs to be an interaction within the website to have actually the audience that you want to concentrate on, to actually ping them to convert and book actually directly to the website. Another thing is the type of vacation that the clients actually want at this point. So the thing that I'm telling to my clients, especially when we are talking about direct booking, is that you want to show to the website and to the booking engine that the client will have a different experience when they're visiting the hotel. This can be shown very easy to the official website, something that is not easy in the OTAs, let's say Booking Expedia or the other big OTAs, because there you sell only bed and breakfast or hotpot or all inclusive. So it's very easy through the official website of the hotel and the booking engine to create tailor-made packages, tailor-made rate plans that have a specific, let's say, differentiation in add values like services of the hotel or the location. So it's very good, the hoteliers, to start, let's say, partner also with companies, professionals that offer, let's say, different services like tours in their area. So this way, they can also create dedicated campaigns through Google, specifically for packages they don't offer, let's say, in OTAs. And another thing that we see is how people are booking. Okay, mobiles are picking up, we know that. But the conversion, especially now during the COVID period, are coming through desktops. So another thing you need to consider is how you can interact between the screens. So those are the things I concentrate at this point to the hoteliers that had a website or try to restruct, let's say, the structure, the website that they already have, that they need to have specific, let's say, points, tabs inside in the website where they can have special offers, special packages, and loyalties, which I will talk later on, hopefully.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you,
very
Theo. And I think Alberto made a point that's very connected to your point of mobile usage and then desktop conversion. But I think the website is the way a hotel presents itself to the world, right? To the client.
Brand awareness.
And I do feel that hoteliers tend to communicate very little with clients. So I don't want to jump the gun, but we're gonna also cover contactless and chat technology, right? And that could be an opportunity to communicate more with your client. And I do feel personally when Alberto says cancellations are stacking up, and I think they stack up because hotels don't give reassurance to clients, right? They're not telling you it's safe to come, it's okay for you to travel, right? So they should be doing that more and more.
But one thing that is important, we also need to understand that we're still a hotel. I saw many hotels, like you saw them, like your accents and a hospital. Don't do that. If you do that, you're going to scare your customer. Go and make all the safety that you need to put in place. But remember, we'll still provide, as a hotelier, we will provide an experience for your guests. Thus, never will change. Never will change. When we go for a hotel, even if it's more leisure, we go looking for an experience, for example. Corporate, depends. Depends, but leisure, that's the main point. So don't convert your hotel and a hospital. If you do that, it's not, we need to find, I forget equilibrium. I think that I forgot in English the word, but it happens. But we need to find that.
But I think we also cannot, yeah, sorry.
Yes, so go ahead, please.
I was just thinking about travel behavior as such. Even yesterday, I got from a huge management company in Spain a question of, relating to Germany and what are the rules after you returned from a risk zone like Spain into Germany in terms of payment by your employer. And then we elaborated with the management company the fact that how it is actually impacting their booking behavior of Germans and for Spain, for that destination, given the fact that actually people that are coming back to Germany from Spain are not getting paid by their companies for the time that they spend in quarantine. And these are the things that we still cannot, measure and predict even now, because these rules are, for example, for Germany, changing every single day, and then there are the exceptions. And these are the kind of things where even as a German, your most popular destination would be Spain, but you are revoking and doing cancellations all the time because you do want to go, but at the end, it's not worth or the investment, or you can actually not go. So, and these are the things that we have to absolutely separately take in account when we are tracking the cancellations, at least.
And the last thing that I want to set up is that we have my hotel did with 10,000 customers, and they have a few answers that's very interesting. 74% of those 10,000 people want to book directly. So you need to get your booking. They don't want you to book through OTAs. They don't want you to book with wholesalers. They want to book directly to understand what you're doing. As a safety, of course, pricing is important, but more than pricing, they're looking for experience. Why? They look for packages. Why? Because people is tired to be 4 or 5 months locked down. So use that. That's very important. You as a hotelier to don't stop. If you don't have money, it doesn't matter. Do organic, but you need to do something. You have WhatsApp or Telegrams. You can invite your customers to join your channel and then communicate offers. So we have so many ways to communicate with your clients right now without cost. So if you don't have money, you still have an option to do digital marketing for your guests. And if you have money or budget to spend, don't expect to spend them after finish the pandemic. Do it now, because if we can change that behavior, means if right now you have 5% of your total sales it's direct, that can go to 30 to 40%. That's a real. We have hotels that have 25 to 33% that book directly. Okay, so and the main point, what they do is have a correct image and a correct process to show the client how book. For example, digital marketing has changed. When we do branding, we spend money on branding to get a return of investment looking for 12 months. That's wrong. We are in the 2020 and we're going to 2021 in 1 month. Right now, we don't do branding. We do sales, and the sales turn you in a branding. So every post you do needs to be focused and sell at the end. Even if you're talking about Dad's Day, Mom's Day, or some vacational period, but you need to do that. You need to focus and direct your customers to book directly. That's the most important thing. That's it.
Right.
Great. We covered a lot, pre-booking and the actual booking process. Now I would turn to Paulina, and actually my question to you, Paulina, first would be, when we speak about, guests already arrived at the hotel, do you see any changes in guests' behavior and the influences and the impact that COVID made when they're already in-house? What are your experiences so far?
Well, if I compare with the very beginning, at the reservation point, if you consider what already Nicola said, and if you ask yourself, you plan where you want to go, but when you want to go there, you really don't book the hotel a long time ahead. You really wait until the moment that 1 or 2 days before you're going, because you're waiting that your flight ticket will be actually valid and you will be flying. So then there is that little difference between booking with a shorter booking window. But within that, we've seen that the hotels, or during a summer where the Europe was quite in normal mode, we've noticed that the hotels with a contactless access, which they have been presenting also during the possibility to do reservation, they had a very much higher occupancy in the same area, similar size of the hotel, and with a similar guest as those that they didn't promote that contactless access possibility. So in general, there are 3 musts for hotel managers. They have to build a trust. They have to ensure the guests that they really do a good social distancing, and they have a good cleaning. And how they can do it before reservation, they can use it and promote it in the web, which we also mentioned here. But how they do it, they really promote strictly that they are contactless, that they offer contactless check-in, that you don't have to queue at the reception, you don't have to spend there 20, 10, 5 minutes. You can go straight away to the room. You can order straight away from your devices, that you don't have to touch any kiosks. You don't have to actually be within the people. So you can actually do everything virtually by your PC, tablet, or phone. So this is what we've seen, that the difference of the contactless hotels who promoted themselves for the reservation was 30% and sometimes 40 higher than those that they didn't have this access. And in general, on the side of the guest, we've seen that the usage and the demand of the contactless solutions like check-ins, check-out, and orders higher by 800% from the previous time. So if I compare 100 reservations, how much check-ins they did before and they do now, it's 800 times more. So the demand of the guests, they are ready to do it. They are ready to do online in pre-arrival and during stay. And that is why it's so important to promote this possibility before a reservation. So this is our experience.
That's good.
Very nice.
Someone want to make a point here, words and comments on Paulina just said? Alejandro, Nicola, Theodoros, Rodrigo, Rita, Alberto, anyone? Or we'll move to the next question.
I might maybe add one more thing. We tried with one chain, which is the Prague, which is very much hit it like Amsterdam or London or any other big cities where it was very related to tourism. We've really started to do one funny thing because there is plenty of time for a lot hotel staff to play around to make their current solutions better and working more strong. So we made a fast line at the reception. That fast line was really packed. There's a fast line at the airports, and they started to promote it at the social media, at their web page, and so on. And they really realized that the hotel guests are if it's really correct, if they've seen the good stuff, and they really have been using that fast track where they only, for example, show a passport, even though you can do it online, but they had some questions, but they didn't have to do check-ins, check-outs, and the payments and issuing keys. So that's very important one. And this is the time where the hotels can play around with their staff, trying to be creative and try to promote something that the others don't have. And not many hotels had before COVID contactless access. It's a very simple time how to start and how to use it also with booking engines, which is also another step where during the booking journey, there might be also a possibility for people to do the online check-in right from the booking engine, but not the one made by that solution, but the one that will be used for the whole journey. So for any other reservation. So that is why I really believe in big potential reservations, but not just the simple ones, but the really deep integrated, which would be amazing for the hotels. So I imagine the booking engine, chatbot, and contactless access, like we have all under the one umbrella of one solution, and then the hotel actually enter one, and he gets all statistics, all the entrances, and everything under one umbrella. So that's also the future of the connections.
Yeah, it's when we speak about smart investment. Pre-COVID, the most innovative thing was like getting an Alexa into your room. Now it's making sure that actually your guests are getting checked in. I was personally an early adopter of the fact of hotels want us to check in, and it's not our job to go and check in. They have to check us in. And now is the time to actually, listen to our guests who actually wanted to have this adopted maybe in 2012 already, but nobody was listening because everybody was customer experience is having the smart light in the room or Alexa in the room. And it's now like more about practicality and actually listening to those silent words, such like, chatbots are enhancing customer communication and all these things. Yeah. So
well, let's say, Rita, Paulina, I completely agree. And indeed, I'm quite surprised because COVID speeded up the hoteliers also in changing their behavior and approach in technology, new technology, and let's say contactless solutions and so on, that they were normally not so considering so much until 2020. And so the epidemic changes the client's behavior as hoteliers once, and I see that is one of the few opportunity that this situation brought us as a market, you know. As now that I see a gold rush to get new solutions to in order to satisfy clients' new needs, as nobody wants to touch any other people, to be too much near to somebody else. This is not so, let's say, clear on the market. I read about polemics and is it the best way? Because I would like to have by person a relationship with my guests when they are in my home and so on, in the room, instead of having an app or whatever, a chatbot, an automatic engine, artificial intelligence to reply instead of me. But this is what the people are going to expect now. My grandma, my grandpa, they're using Zoom, they are using every kind of new tools as skills, even much better, no? So now applying in the check-in, everybody is ready for a self-check-in contactless solutions.
Yeah, and just before jumping on the, sorry now, just before jumping to Rodrigo now, for the sake of time, I know there's a couple of questions that people are already asking, so I'll take the jump on that. I see things from Bianca. Bianca, thank you for posting your questions.
Sorry, we will do that when we finish the second round of questions, if you don't mind.
Okay, so just let's tell people.
Do that. Go ahead.
We're gonna answer them. We're gonna, I mean, everyone will be answered to, right? So I see Riyadh saying hi, Hanu. So let's wait for the end so we can do all those questions. And now that we're gonna jump to Rodrigo, I just wanted to point out something related to Pavlina's, and I think that it's super important to mention to hotels that contactless and chatbot and new technologies doesn't mean less people working at your hotel. So that's a prejudice that exists in the industry, that it's not true. So it's about making processes and experiences more efficient, better for the traveler, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna eliminate all your staff, right? Because then people try or tend to be afraid of that. It's not my experience with hotels that I work with. It's most likely that you will have someone managing that tool and actually giving 200% better service, right?
But there is a true line of, compressing the amount of staff that you are employing. We experience a lot with Hotel Resbot that, for instance, we have a customer, they have 6 hotels and they use one person and one computer basically to process all the reservations for all these 6 hotels. And it's both, the first that you are looking into is how do you enhance the guest experience and how do you keep those booking requests that are potentially coming in, but also at the same time, when you are overlooking the processes, okay, now I only have one reservation person at my hotel. I mean, for all the 6 hotels that I have, how I'm going to go about this. And this is what is creating the real, combination of needs, because we can, I think, all agree that there is still a lack of, the processes are slow and there needs to be more education on how to go about, using new systems and adopting new technologies. What do the others think?
Yeah.
I think the one your team and hoteliers need to expand first. For those people that manage different systems on the hotel, at least each 2 months, 3 months, they need to contact or have some kind of training if they have something new. And also concerning the operations, that something happened as we're talking about guest journey, and still happen all over the world. Sometimes some people call to the hotel, and the receptionist of the reservation says, "Look, go to booking.com. It's even lower the price there than if you buy it with myself," or just send them there first. You always needs to have the best price first. Second, you need to educate and provide trainings for your entire team on a regular basis, and how they need to improve that. And the third point, most hotels that we go to the reception, what we see is a lot of, I have 9.5 on Booking, I have 9 on TripAdvisor. That is awesome. But don't do that in the reception. You can put in the background, you can put in the walls, you can put in different places of your hotel. The first thing when people access your hotel and go to the reservations, they need to see that you have, look, welcome. We have our own direct systems. You can be our VIP. We can give you special discounts next time, or just read the QR code and check all the packages and the prices for the next stay, or just register yourself to be a VIP client. I think we need to change how hoteliers sell. Those publicity, the notes that you got from different OTAs or wholesalers, it's awesome, it's outstanding, but cannot be in the front of a reception. And the front of a receptions needs to provide the experience of the guests to know that the next time they come, they can be a VIP client, they can have special discounts, special packets, upsellings in the hotel. That is the most important thing to express for those persons on my understanding. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's all related to customer service, right? And the experience, because Vinicius said that we're still in the business of giving experiences, right? That's what hospitality is all about. So, Rodrigo, if I ask you what you're seeing in terms of customer service currently, what are the main changes in that area, and what do you expect the impact on the booking journey going forward? We're saying post-COVID, right? Because we are living in a post-COVID world now.
Rodrigo, we lose you. Rodrigo, come back. You're frozen. You're frozen.
Coming back.
Star Wars movie.
Hello,
Come back.
I'm back. I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah,
Hello.
It wasn't such a. I was gonna say it wasn't such a difficult question. If not, I change it. Like.
Okay, no problem. But just complementing what Hita said, I think a common mistake, and in my view, is to keep the front desk that serves the in-house guests' requests also responsible for answering reservations. So you cannot set goals, track the correct KPIs, because they are responsible for two totally different operations. So it's a little bit confused in terms of management. So that's just a compliment, but great. So about my question, the first major change in people's behavior, which impacts the entire journey of the traveler, is that now people in general are more tech savvy. So those who once avoid interacting with machines and self-service options are totally changing their behavior, as you mentioned before. So and that doesn't apply to physical interactions, but also in the digital world, e-commerce sales are at levels never seen before after this pandemic. So my grandmother, as you mentioned before, is 75 years old, and 3 months ago she learned to do grocery shopping online. So hotels also need to know that the customer service experience will be increasingly tech touch, self-service, and digital more than ever. And the challenge is to serve the customer digitally with the same quality that hotels do personally inside the hotel. So a second point, so before the second wave in Europe, another important change has been when we spoke to hoteliers from several countries, the vast majority reported an increase of around 20% in direct service demand. And in the same order, an increase in direct reservation. Alberto mentioned it, and we have several clients who reached records in terms of direct service volume and quote requests during this pandemic. And several chains and resorts, hotels have come to us with this challenge of structuring this commercial and marketing area for a demand that will continue to oscillate. So it's not feasible to hiring to be hiring and firing people as the demand increase or decrease fast, you know. So what the hotels have been looking for is to apply relevant automations in the commercial and marketing process and operational tasks to guarantee an immediate service availability and power of scale during this recovery time. That seems to be with a higher number of website visitors as well as direct service and quote requests. The third point is that as the traveler searches their booking in several OTAs, the same is happening in the service channels. So in the past, being available by phone and in mail was enough for your potential guests. Today, travelers are spread out in many different service channels. In Europe, travelers come from a country that uses a specific social media, social network, and a more prevalent messaging application. So hotels that want to attract Chinese guests, for example, should be available through WeChat. You know, Australians through Facebook Messenger, Latin Americans Spain through WhatsApp, Americans through SMS, iPhone messaging, Google messaging, and so on. So being available via text messaging is a way to win new customers and new markets. So as your hotel can't lose reservations because it's not available in a specific and important OTA or an important channel, you also cannot lose sales because you are not available in a relevant service channel. Yeah, and text messaging and WhatsApp is an amazing opportunity to connect directly with your potential guests and increase these reservations directly in this direct relationship.
Well, thank you very much for that. And for me, it's first-hand experience when I recently was working with a company in Canada, and I couldn't believe that my own team sitting in Toronto was not using WhatsApp. They didn't use it in the country, right? They think it's of no use. And for me, WhatsApp is like 80% of my life. So it's very, very true. So thank you very much for that. So I don't know if anyone has anything to add at this point. Vinny?
I would like to add something. So, may I?
Of course, you don't need to ask, man. Go ahead.
So actually, I
no, you can. I'm so sorry, you can. Well, we are here in Travel Tech. You cannot.
So actually, I hear from many hoteliers that they are afraid that the chatbot or anything that is implemented in the website or the booking engine takes much time from their staff regarding to check it. So the thing I propose usually to hotels that are seasonal or do not have, let's say, a big department, a reservation department or a reception desk that could check it every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes you need to check it, is there are peaks and spikes in the annual sales. So actually you have the opportunity to apply those kind of chatbots, the periods that you feel that you have a higher demand and searches within your official website or the booking engine. So if you have in those, let's say, periods that you know that there is a high demand for the location, the destination actually, or the hotel, then you can actually ask your web designer or the booking engine to apply those kind of chatbots or messages, whatever is needed within the booking process in order to answer more questions and actually convert more. So this is what I wanted to highlight in this.
Yeah, my question a little bit back is why would you not do it when there is not high demand? It's like, because, would you put your booking engine down just because the demand is lower? I would keep it, you know, independently what the demand is as a type of service, because what you want is to make sure in every single way that the actual reservation goes through. And we notice it all the time via email. It's a question of seconds. It can be a question of seconds of losing a booking to an OTA when you are not attending in that second to that question, because that's how patient we are these days.
I don't disagree. Yeah. I just I just talked about hoteliers that are afraid to add this because they are afraid they will not be, let's say, in the position to answer the questions that are always raised through the chatbots. However, a good answer within, if I remember, Alejandro, in one of your presentations, you told you were talking about 5 minutes of response within the question and the answer. So if you have a person who answers within the 5 minutes, let's say the request or the answer, you may be more, let's say, sure that you will convert. Is that right, or? Or Rodrigo,
yeah, really,
knows
really
better,
depending on the site. But yes, it was like on some big OTAs, you see that from end to end, it takes about 2.5 minutes to conclude a service, like a service request, right? So those things are being shortened. But yes, the chance of conversion goes up roughly about 65 to 70%.
And I just have a point here. If you use a chatbot for that, the answer is going to be automatically. So your chance is going to be 9% or more. So Rodrigo can ask that. But I don't use chatbots. I'm going to be very, very, very transparent. I don't use WhatsApp if I go to the hotel website, and never, because I don't like it. It's myself, I'm getting old, and I prefer to go to that and see their prices. But for the new generations, WhatsApp needs to be like that. 2 to 5 minutes is too much time today for an answer. I think if they have an answer in 1 second, an automated response, they will have, if they want to interact with a chatbot, they will have the option to request to somebody else to talk with them. So Rodrigo, go ahead, man. I know you want to answer this. Go.
Yeah, Theodoros, in terms of automation, most of tools today allowed hoteliers to intervene with human touch when they want. Right. So that's the power of, humans and robots working together, so you keep the artificial intelligence work 24 hours, but if your team is available, you can stop the bot and enter only on negotiations, but keep with the chatbot, operational service request as, how can I get to the hotel? What's the check-in time? Things like that.
Okay.
Well,
guys, before we start the second round of questions, please, for the attendants, we have only 2 questions from you guys till now. So I recommend you, because we're gonna go to the second round of questions. So if you would like to interact with all these great speakers that we have today, please set your questions there. And before I forgot, because I forgot at the first beginning, I would like to say thank you, a big thank you for all our sponsors. So for Libra, Ideas, Bookonlinenow, Asksuite, Remax, NHS Latin to make this possible. So thanks, a big thank you for all of you, and a big thank you for also for our media partners, that is Travel Daily Digital, Revenue Hub, and Funnel TV. And don't forget, the 1st of December, Funnel TV is going to have a huge event. So search them on LinkedIn and register for that event. They will show a lot of companies will show their platforms. It's a different here we have for knowledge. There has more an interact and commercial side. So don't lose it. Thank you.
And then, Vini, let me reinforce on your message, because of the comments I'm seeing on the chat, that we've already said that we will answer all questions once the round of questions to the speakers are finished, right? So,
yes.
And everyone else is free to connect with any of us for any other questions you have outside of this session, right? But I think for the sake of time,
you can go to traveltech.space, and traveltech.space, you're going to see all the panels, okay, at the bottom of the website. You have all the panels, then you have all the companies, all the participants, and you have the LinkedIn for each one of the persons that is here today, and you have also the website for each company that is on all the panels that we have. And we still have 2 days more. So it's 1 week with a lot of knowledge. Thank you.
Good. So I think for the sake of time, we should go into second round, right? So this is like playing Jeopardy. And I'm going to take it first. And so we've talked about a bunch of things, Alberto. So now I'm a hotelier. I do have some resources, hopefully. So what are the things that we should be investing in? What shouldn't I be missing out on to capitalize this opportunity?
Yeah. Thank you, Alessandro. Well, I have two suggestions for the hotels. The first one is related to the path of purchase. In our industry, the path of purchase is composed by several visits made through several websites, several platforms, and also sometimes with several devices. This is mean that, for example, in a simple path of purchase, a guest travelers went on, I don't know, TripAdvisor, find an hotel, then go to Google, search for this hotel, go on hotel websites and book it. This is very simple because usually it's more complex, but keep it simple. So usually for the investment, we used to track the investment with a matrix named ROI. The ROI is based on last click. So in my example, the travelers that go on TripAdvisor, then Google and book the hotel through the hotel website, the ROI is assigned to the website because it is the last click made by the travelers before to generate a booking. But because the path is composed by several visits, I think that the hotelier should have an holistic view of the ROI. So I think that it's important that hotel invest or optimize their presence in all the touch points, in all the websites where they are listed and bookable. So my first suggestion to invest, and this is Vinicius will be happy because it is not required investment, because Vinicius before say that hotel don't have budget. The first thing is to optimize the platform, the website where the hotels are listed. Of course, it is required time consuming, but not budget, because you just need to be registered for free, and then you can manage all your content, pictures, name, description. So I think that this is the first suggestions that make sense, because in this period hotel don't have unfortunately much guests, so they have some free times, and I think this is a good time, a good value for spend. The second things, because we are in travel tech, I think it's technology, because with the digital marketing we get traffic. When the digital marketing is run very well, we get qualified traffic. But the goal is not just to get visits. The goal is to make revenue, to make bookings. So we need to convert this traffic in bookings. So here there are some of the best booking engine in the market, but this is not commercial. So because before Theo and Rodrigo and you, Alejandro, spoke about that faster answer, improve conversion, there are some tools, magic tools, I think, that based on artificial intelligence are able to read the email. The email for hotels are one of the most used channel for communication, booking requests, and so on. So this technology is able to understand the request from the booker, go on the website, check price and availabilities, and prepare a nice offer for the reservation assistance that can be customized. And then very simple, it is possible to send this offer to the guest in a nice way. This proposal generates direct bookings that, as we said before, are the best revenue for hoteliers. So I think that yes, if you don't have budget just start with optimize your presence, your online presence, but not only on your website, but in all the websites that you are listed. And if you have some money, invest this in technology, because the future is today.
Just want to make a point, if you let me, very fast.
Yeah, sure.
One thing that is very important. We have a lot of hotels still today that have the SSL on their websites. So if somebody access, hotel is not secure. First of all, please do that. Set your SSL there. Second point, when you build your website, the first thing you need to build basically is it's not the front, it's the back. All your CEO needs to be built from the first beginning, because the thing that is most important to get organic is work your CEO. So if you have no idea how to do it, find people that can help you, okay? And if somebody needs to have tips on that, you can reach me. I can give tips through LinkedIn. It's not a big deal. It's a lot of work. I think it's not a big deal because it's a matter of work. You just need to work on that. And you can hide that, and this will help you to have a good organic search. That's very important in your region. The second thing, if you go to Google Hotel Ads, and sometimes you have a small budget, try to look for the prices. When the price is very low, because they have low demand, but in that low demand, you'll be able to pay less and appear first on Google, for example, or Yahoo or Bing, and that will help you to get direct reservations. That's one of the points. And the fourth point that I want you to set it up, if you're using Google Hotel Ads and using paying ads by paying for ads, and don't do that. Maybe try to find other companies where you can pay a commission. Maybe it's going to be a little bit higher, but you will appear always in the first. If they go to the hotel, you'll be first. You have more than rate plan. You will pay that commission, but that commission will go directly to your booking engine. That will be a finalized client. So if you pay a higher commission on the first sale, that client will come back to the Google Hotel Ads to buy. They will go to your website. And of course, if you get that database, please communicate if you're applying. If you don't do that, maybe he comes back to Google Hotel Ads again. So communication is crucial here. Thank you.
Yeah, that is okay.
But it's also, just to add a little bit, is also your job, and I think maybe Paulina can add to that, is even if your guest doesn't come through a direct booking, your job now, especially that you don't have so many, to capture that data of your guest and use the data of your guest and track and implement it into your strategy. Because again, without that data, it's nice that you captured that booking or that you captured that guest, but then how do you make sure that they stay on track with you?
And what the last point, remember, you have 4 seconds when a client will go to your website. So please don't set a branded website with a lot of permissions or writing things. People is getting lazy. Nobody here will go to a website and start reading a very big, huge text. Don't use that. It's image. So if you go, use, please, the slides, telling them the package that you have, the promotion that you have, the security you put in place for your hotel. First thing, and if you turn down the mouse to go down, tell them why they need to reserve with you, and then set your promotions, not the rooms. Most of the clients that go to your website, it's 70%. They already saw you in Booking, Expedia, on MedSearch. So if they're there, they're looking for, not knowing your hotel, but maybe they're seeing if they have any promotion, anything that captured their attention. If you said, most of the hotels don't have that concept, and they said a lot of things, write it, and the people need to read it. No, it doesn't work. The client will say, goodbye, you lose it. So try to make things simple and direct, show what you want, and all the time, reservation here, click this button. If you turn down your website and a button, you like special offers here, click here. So you need to do that. It's a very simple thing that will convert a lot of more than if you don't have this, okay?
Yeah, and the silver lining, just to share with everyone, because I think it's important what Alberto says, and I think everyone said it, and before moving back to Rita, is that you can always do something. It's very difficult times we get to live in, but money or no money, you can always do something, right, to make things better. So I think, Alberto, I feel energized already, because I tend to see a lot of people that just give up, and what you're saying is, if you have the benefit of having money and investing in technology, that's great. But even without that, you can be creative and still give a great experience and get bookings, right? So I think that should be the silver lining of all of this.
Correct. Awesome.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, and speaking of which, well, this is very related to the next round with Rodrigo, actually, is leveraging new channels and implementing new marketing strategies. How do you see the importance of AI and chatbots actually becoming strategic for hotel marketing?
Oh, great. So when you talk about the online booking funnel, in terms of, you know, your website, conversion rate and things like that, you receive visitors with and without reservation into your website every day. So visitors who already have reservation, that represents around 30%, usually have simple questions in mind, like how far is the airport, what's the check-in time, can I anticipate my check-in? And for these guests, it makes no sense to spend time on a phone call, or often internationally, or send an email to wait for that simple answer, you know. So it's something really simple, or even, you know, have costs to make an international phone call and things like that. So the chatbot solved this instantly and reduced this operational service demand by allowing either your reservation center to focus on sales, in your front desk on internal service. And the other 70% of your website visitors have no reservation, and they are there to make a decision. So then there are some challenges to think about it. So first, the traveler likes the google.com experience. I really love this. This google.com is a website that everyone loves, because on google.com we can you know, make a question, ask a question, and get the answer instantly. So and today nobody wants to browse different page to get information. You know, the user is lazy. The numbers say that the user does not read. We hate to read online information, actually. So we want to spend as little time as possible to get the information we want. So the hotel's website has to sell the experience with photos, videos. You know, that's why YouTube and Instagram are growing so fast, because they focus on that. That's where the attention online is. So the chatbot is there to give that Google experience of being able to ask everything the same interface instead of browse different pages. So this is the true personalization, you know. So that's the one point. And the hoteliers usually ask me, Rodrigo, I don't understand, because I have a booking engine and people ask for prices via chatbot. And this is because after ask for pricing, they will ask other relevant question to their decision on the same screen, you know. So sometimes people negotiate pricing and things like that. So that's a point. Another important thing to keep in mind is that the hotel's website usually talks about everything your property has. So, but people's questions are usually about what your property doesn't have. And that's where chatbots also comes in. So those questions with negative answers need to be answered really carefully to better deal with these objections and provide a smart reply. So if the traveler does not find spy information on your website, or even, you know, health measures information, they want to ask You know, they will ask like, do you have a spa? And your answer cannot be a simple no. You know, you need to, you know, present other options by saying we do not have a spa, but we have a rated swimming pool, gym, etc. So that's really important, and it's another problem to solve. And finally, another important whole role of chatbot is to keep your social media presence with an instantly reply option, because we are talking a lot, but you know, some hotels spend a high budget on social ads, and when a potential traveler sees it and sends a message, the reply usually takes hours to be addressed. So there is no way to think about investing in digital ads and not being able to respond very quickly in these channels. So yeah, that's a little bit about the importance.
Hey, little lady, welcome to Travel Tech.
She's a usual guest. She's very much used to webinars, live sessions, whatever.
Awesome, awesome.
I'm gonna say that she's the reason why all of us are doing these things, right? So
For the future.
Congrats.
so that's a future traveler. She's gonna use contact chatbots, right? So
For sure.
Yeah, she's already on her unicorn and backpack, so
she's
Guys,
ready
let's
for
move forward because we have like a 30-hour late. So we, I would like that we can go to the next 3 questions on the, at least in the next 15 minutes like this, we can answer the question of our public. If not, we'll take 3 hours. For me, it's okay, but maybe a lot of you have things to do. I have also, but doesn't matter. I will stay.
We owe
I have to
ourselves
say
to our
goodbye
public,
to you,
right?
but very nice session. I will watch on YouTube.
Bye bye, Rita.
Thank
Rita,
you.
have a very nice day.
Cheers, Rita. Welcome.
Beanie, I'll pick it up for the sake of time.
Yes,
And
it's
I'm
all
gonna
yours.
pick it up with Pablina, and it's time for the guru question, right? Pablina, you got the guru question. I'm sorry. So the thing is, what is your vision of hospitality and what's gonna change in the next couple of years? Where are we going? What's gonna happen?
That's an amazing question. Thank you for that. Well, before COVID, we've been saying that in less than 5 years, the whole concept of reception will change. I believe that now with the COVID, the whole change will be a little bit faster. But in general, what I mean is the receptionist will have a different role. So I'm not a fan of firing people. I believe that hospitality should be hospitality and not doing administration at the reception desk, paperwork, payments, giving a keys. This is not a hospitality, this is must. And this must can be done by simple softwares which are in the market. So I believe that this 5 years, the next 2, 3, I believe 5, is the one that people will start to understand that this is not must is hospitality. So I believe that receptionists will be more like welcome managers and not administration machines, and they will be more focused on a guest experience. Because someone from you said it, it's about giving experiences. And I believe that also collecting the guest data and getting or making the stay personalized for the people to get a better experience is also the way where we should take free time from removing that administration to give that experiences. So imagine that with the 30 online check-in cards that you can deliver into the hotel, the average one with, let's say, 60 or 90 rooms, you can deliver them per day. That means 3 hours save time only on a check-in. What that means, what would you do with that free time? Would you fire people? Or how would you spend that time with? Or what if you will get 900 check-ins? That means 80 hours save time. Well, you can sell more of your service. You can really take care of everyone in person way. You don't have to really ask them for on and on same questions like, hey, this is the Wi-Fi, hey, this is this. No, you can ask them how was their day, how was the tour, how was the way, if they need something. Plus, imagine that you have a guest preferences already before coming. So you know that this guest going there for wellness with his family and he's willing to do good food. Well, there is a time for that welcome manager. He can offer you the best service that the hotel has. Normally now, during that 5 minutes check-in, you don't have time for that. But if you have a data and that 5 minutes on the check-in, what do you do with that? You ask yourselves to sell that, which means every hour, maybe 3 or 2 extra services sold, and that guest feels good because he gets that experience he's going for into the hotel. So this is the future, not firing people, just changing them from the administration machines to the very hospitality people who are really taking care of every single guest that is going into the hotel. So
I completely agree with you. Like, I completely agree with you. I think it's all about that prejudice we were talking before about technology and implementation of technology. And I can only recall when I was working at a hotel myself, and we had 10 or 20 receptionists and just one guest relation manager, right? So now maybe that shifted, and we have 20 or 25 guest relations managers managing the guest relation and the guest experience, and we only have one receptionist.
Yeah, absolutely. And the receptionist is the assistant that helps you in and helps you out. And I also can imagine that if you have more time, you have a tablet and you can actually bring straight away the guest into the room and make the, you know, things with him in the room. Of course, not in a COVID time. That's afterwards. But
2 meters away.
Yeah, or not at all. It's maybe your time. But it's more about sitting down, taking your time, not standing, not queuing, not repeating the paperwork. So the possibilities that are in the market, and I believe for now the investment is not so high because they are for free. And I'm really thankful that a lot of softwares are trying to help hotels to get ready for the post-COVID times. So then you don't even have to have a budget for that, and you can go for free for a half year, a couple of months. But the point is that you can really onboard fast check-ins and then really take care of your guests. You can do checkouts, you can do payments. E-keys are a little bit more expensive because you have to do investment into it, but still the digitalization of the guest-facing interfaces or in the guest-facing processes are one of the key things that you can do within the next 5 years. And don't be afraid that changing is something that people will not like. No, they love it. It's 80% of the guests are searching for it online. So yeah, that's the vet sound. Good. So that's the
yes,
one.
Here we have a lot of fun. It's yes.
No problem.
Here in my garden, I have a lot of little birds. So I'm sorry.
The other side of that is on our. It's for us, for the vendors, where I believe that we have to become more open. As you see, the hospitality is changing within a year or two, where who's not open for integration, who doesn't have an open API for getting all together, will have a serious trouble in next half year, or maybe 5 years, because the single sign-ons and things like being integrated all in one, within one statistics, one usage, that's the thing that hotels need. They might not be interested that they are using 5 software. They might just see what is the outcome for it, which is us partnering with each other and doing the integrations together.
Good. Thank you very much. And I couldn't agree more. I don't know what you guys think, but tying it to that, I think that I'm gonna do a tandem with Theo and Nicola because of the time, but because it's very related, right? So Theo, I'll start with you first. So we know future, and Paulina is giving us a very optimistic view of the future. So I already want to be there, but hotels have to survive now, right? So what would you tell hotels that they need to do to survive, go through, like, just say, the murky waters or emerge, so they can take advantage of the future?
Okay, so first of all, I could say what they shouldn't do. They shouldn't show fear. Not even us as technology, let's say professionals, we shouldn't show fear, because this sense, this feeling is also reflected to the customer, any customer. So if we show fear regarding COVID, it also reflects our, let's say, daily business and how we operate and how we sell a product. So the first thing they shouldn't do is be afraid of what is going on. As I told me in the start, we will have, as soon as the things are getting better, we will see that demand and reservation will increase. So actually the thing is that digital marketing and e-sales, e-marketing in general is, let's say, a marathon. It's not a speed race. So in this case, they need always to adapt and change things, not only on the website, not only the pricing, but also generally on the daily operational life of the hotel. So they need to change the message and the tonality they wish to have regarding the final client. Of course, as I said, so I will tell many things very quick because I don't want to waste lots of time. So they need to follow the trends. They need to have targeted campaigns, as we said. They should be remarketing campaigns and also use meta advertising and advertisements without risking budgets. There are companies providing, let's say, meta advertising without the risk of a budget that they need to spend, but they pay only for generated reservations. So there is not always that they need to spend a lot of money in order to make some, let's say, advertisement online, but there are ways, if they search it with their, let's say, technology provider they already are with. Of course, the loyalty scheme, you discussed a lot about the experience and how to keep the client, in fact, even he came from Booking, Expedia, or the other OTAs, how you can make him book direct next time he comes to the hotel. So actually creating a loyalty scheme is very essential. And also social media. Okay, so again, in this one, it's the message that you want to let's say, give through the social media, and which is the audience which uses each social media. It was Facebook in the past that the millennials was using it. They're not using any more Facebook. They're using, as Vinicius said, more Instagram. So Facebook is being used from older people right now, not the audience that maybe refers to the hotel at this moment. And final thing that I think is critical is to create a crisis, let's say, a war team into the hotel. So a crisis management team in order to understand all this. Maybe they don't have, let's say, the revenue manager or the marketing manager because you're a small hotel. There are providers, technology providers, revenue managers that are can be outsourced. So in order to understand and experiment things. So the thing that also hoteliers are afraid of is taking any technology, but at the same time use all the features or test the features if they fit on the need of the hotel. So this is something I experience every day with the booking engine. There are, let's say, 100 features in the booking engine, but the hotels use only 5 or 6, and they don't try to experiment. Maybe one of the features can be used in their local market or in the hotel type that the hotel is. So those are, let's say, 5 to 10 things that usually hotels can do at this point in order to increase brand awareness and, of course, check a little bit the digital marketing and take it into the next level.
And thank you very much, Theo, for that. Like saying, don't be afraid. This is gonna pass as well. It's super important, right? And I think I have to wrap up with Nicola. Nicola, this is not your first rodeo, right? So you've seen a number of things. This is not the first crisis you're going through. You have so much experience. So in your case, what would be those highlights that you would give a hotel right now, regardless of what the recovery, let's just say, curve shape is, right? Because that is a discussion for another time. But what would you tell they have to do right now to prepare for that recovery? Because we know that travel is not gonna go away, right?
Yeah, you're right. Well, honestly, Alejandro, I appreciate a lot all contents by my colleagues here. All are smart steps for hoteliers, even if it's quite difficult to give a suggestion now, because to predict the next future is very difficult. No history will help us during these next months and periods. Well, let's say be ready now, because you have nothing to do in the short term. What you can do is try to be ready when recovery will arrive. The recovery wave will be strong. You have no information to set when but you should set your future thinking that it will happen, because it will happen. So what you to do to be ready for that time, you can do it now, changing your technology. That is the basis, as Alberto said. So if you want to do something, changing PMS, adjusting your booking engine or systems, or CRM, or revenue system, or any kind of new technology like MyStay or chatbots or whatever, do it now. Start testing it, checking it now. Do not wait too much time, because if you are quite slow, then the recovery will arrive, and then you will stay as you were 1 year ago. Secondly, you have to pull out of your drawer all the stuff for digital marketing. As by our experience, we saw during this season, 2020 season, mostly on seasonal hotels, that organic searches increased plus than 15%. You know, SEO activities, they were depressed during last 3-4 years because all visibility online and digital marketing switched to paid ads. Now it seems that due to the long queue queries on the Google search engine done by visitors looking exactly to that specific content and services, now your content of the website, the SEO compliant, is more important than 1 year ago. That was decreasing, you know, day by day by visitors. Secondly, you can re-enable your unbranded campaign pay-per-click that were quite expensive, no more used because of meta search engines. They are really important, as Alberto, Theodoros said, I agree, but even those ones where you can display exactly your specific value proposal for your audience and type of clients. So unbranded campaigns are coming back to be relevant in the visitors flow and journey. You know, you can match some specific market. Plus, I would say social media, by our experience, now are working very well if you follow the money, as Americans they say. So display ads where the clients are. In our clients, they invested for a lot of money during the summer in Europe, all European clients, in social media ads when the clients were into the city or in the surrounding, just coming into the area or going to go Capri or whatever the in Venice, they displayed at that time, 1 day before, 2 days, or even 2 days, the ads about their hotel. Here I am, please book me, this is what I can offer you, and so on. This is working very well, and honestly, targeting domestic market or surrounding countries. So let's say, you know, the ones that can arrive by car, that's quite simple and safe. So you can save your money. You don't have to enlarge too much your ads budget. So these are mainly, you know, arranging for the future as it will be. These are and do not save too much money on digital marketing, because if nobody knows you, you do not exist on the web. This is the web you should follow, even in a very, very strange period like this one. So decide your future and arrange and move your activities and your team and your investment as this future will arrive soon. No, this is our point of view, and hopefully I see that upfront investment as digital marketing requires are not so, you know, preferred by hoteliers. They normally prefer to apply with the success fees or commission fees, so sitting there and then let's see if something will arrive. Now this is a time to have a decision and select exactly where spend your money on the table and the last money you have, and finally, Vinicius, don't do it by yourself. This is something I think you agree. This is not the time to do it by yourself, opening a book of Google Ads or remarketing on social media and starting to do it by yourself. This is no more time for. So no professional services. So find the right provider and partners for your activities.
I'll do exposure here. We can help, huh? If hoteliers need that, please remember us.
But I think I want to thank you, everyone, for all the knowledge that you've shared with us. It's for me, it's a privilege. Being a couple of minutes past the hour, I'm gonna just hand it over to Vini. But again, I was honored and humbled.
You're doing better than me, Alejandro. Please.
No, that is not possible. It could never be possible. Me being better than you. So the thing is, I want to thank you all because I think we got a lot of silver linings. I don't know if anyone wants to have a parting comment to people being on the audience. I don't know, Vini, if you want to address some of the questions, or we may leave it as.
No, you can address all the questions, Alejandro.
Well,
You are the master moderator today. I'm just here just to give my opinion.
So I'm just gonna shoot out the questions and maybe answer them myself and see if someone thinks
Sure.
something about them.
Go ahead.
The first one was from Bianca, who said, "Why is now a good time to invest?" And my answer to that is always, "Why not?" Right? Again, I think you've already explained that now is the time to invest because you have to be prepared. It's like the surfer paddling to get the wave. If you're not paddling yourself, then the wave goes through you, right? And then you're the one in the back, and the other ones are surfing the wave, right? Do you think it's better to have one tech provider or several different vendors? And for me, I would say, and I don't know if you guys agree, but I like to play with the best. So that is, if that is one or several, I don't care. And in our daily lives, we use a lot of tools from different vendors all the time, right? So for me, again, I'm gonna pick up on Theo's brain and say, you shouldn't fear about using several vendors because the vendor will do everything it can to help you. And if it's a lot, then they will work together to help you. More so in this day and age when, like Paulina said, open API, cooperation, being real partners, right?
I have just a point to set there, for example. We have a lot of tools that offer you from the PMS from everything. They're good tools. However, on my opinion, and 15 years in this market, 16 years in this market, working in tech companies for hotels, I assume that you cannot be the best in everything. That is impossible. So you need to search the best booking engine for you, the best channel manager, RMS, rate shopper to you. So it's better work, it's my personal opinion, it's better work with different tools that can be connected, but each of them will be really, really specific in what they do. And if you are really specific in what they do, you'll be better than the others. That's something that will happen because you're going to have more time and your resources will spend for that tool. If you have to manage a lot of tools at the same time, you're just one company, maybe they're really good, they have 5, but they're really good in 3 of them. So sometimes it's better go specific. It's my opinion. If somebody has another opinion, please go ahead.
I might add one for the first question. That was why now? Well, I also believe that now is the time because the staff has not much work to do. So you can really start to educate them on the new services and new providers or something that you can do. And B, when the guests start to come back, you will again not have that time to, think what you can change. So, well, better stay back home and watching TV / trying to test out free trials of the services that can really help you. And I believe that there are those free trials that you don't have to spend a penny for that, and seeing and test it for the customers that you have, maybe 1 or 5, but still it's something. And you can ask them in person, how did you like that service? So it's actually the time to do any changes in the hotel. And how to do it is also ask yourself, what is the ideal process that you want to get out of it? What is the ideal thing that you want to do? It's not that what type of solution you have now and what you can do with them, but forget what you have or what is on the market. Ask yourself, what is the ideal thing? And then review your current solutions. And if they are not good, just remove them. As Nicola said, just like, come on. If they are good and modern, then keep them perfect. You got a good choice. If they are old or old school, just remove them, and it's the best time to go on with that. And I believe that all providers like us, we help you to do the investment, like not pay now and maybe pay in half year, or postpone the payment or pay per reservation. That's also possible. Just talk to the providers. I believe that they can help you to do postponement. So it's time now.
For sure, Paulina. And let me relate it to the last question I see here because it's quite long. But thank you, Hanu, for asking it because it says hospitality has a reputation of a very slow adoption of new tech and digitalization, right? And I'm going to say, while we tend to agree, I see that other verticals and other industries are far way behind hospitality, right? We can talk education or even health, which is even way back in like 19th century, right? But I think you touched a couple of things. So he's saying, do you see the problem is all legacy systems? No, because as you said and Nicola said, you can just adopt them. Like you can take them out, right? Is it money? No, because tools are actually cheaper today than they were 10, 20, 30 years before, right? Is it tradition? I wouldn't say so, because when you see that's something that benefits you, that tradition plays nothing there. So I think I'm gonna just put it, it's not reluctancy, or here he says, is that all false? And I tend to agree, or I tend to think, and I would love you to hear you say as well that is all false, right? Those are all false excuses for digitalizing today in hospitality, right? So it's not about the money. It's not about legacy and not being able to get out, right? It's just a matter of willingness and make more business and sell more and be more successful. I don't know if you agree.
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. And I'm very, very happy also that the first time it's the first one of the Emea that we're doing 2 hours. That is awesome also.
So with that said, so again, I just want to thank you all for kindly giving us your time. I'm looking forward to a lot of success from all of you and all your companies. Having hit the 2 hours, I think, Bini, we can wrap up. I think I've addressed all the questions.
The first thing I would like to say to everybody that is here and attending us, tomorrow we're going to have our 4-day of travel tech. So tomorrow we're going to see automations versus human touch, the impact of operations and customer experience. We're going to have Neil James, EOO at Review Pro, Felix Said, co-founder and CEO of My Hotel. We're going to have Eric Tengen, co-founder of Oki and the CEO, Chris Alexander, founder and CEO of Get Review, and Amit Rahav, co-founder of Hypergas. Moderators will be Alejandro, Neja, and myself. So we wait for you tomorrow. Again, I would like to big thank you for all the sponsors, Ideas, Libra, Asksuite, HS Latin, Bookonlinenow. I hope don't forget every Max. It's not a sponsors. I can't forget. Happens. Also, all the media, the digital media that's supporting us, Funnel TV, Revenue Hub, and Travel Daily Digital. So thank you all. Yes. I just because Federico is telling me. No, but we said that. But Alejandro will be tomorrow. Yes, he will be tomorrow. Alejandro, you are tomorrow there, so don't miss up. Okay.
I'll do what you say, boss.
No, I'm not your boss, man. Come on, you're a friend. Don't do that. So you're gonna be with myself and Niha to moderate also that outstanding panel that we have. First of all, I would like to big thank you to Nicola, Simple Booking, Theodoros, Bookonlinenow, Alberto Recanatesi, Bookassist, Rodrigo Teixeira, Asksuite, Pavlina Zikova, My Stay, Alejandro Losab, and Rita that needs to leave us. So all of you is going to have 1 minute to say goodbye to everybody. So we're going to start with Pavlina Zikova. Please, you have your minute. Go ahead.
So guys, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm very happy I was here. Just one thing I want to say, just don't worry and keep changing what is possible right now. And if anything, just let me know. We can help you with that. So that's me. This is my stay, and enjoy the rest of the days here.
Thank you, Pavlina. Theodoros Katsimpras from Bookonlinenow, Senior Vice President, please.
Thank you very much for being here. I hope next time we meet, finally, face to face, not through internet. So next year, hopefully, we meet in a place. And I think we were, let's say, all the thing was it's a pleasure from my side that I was here with you all.
Awesome. Rodrigo Teixeira from Asksuite.
Thanks, Vini, and all of you. It was a pleasure to be with you today. I really think that this change in the traveler's behavior of seeking direct channels seems to be one of the great legacies and opportunities that the pandemic will leave for the hospitality industry. And we need to be prepared to take this opportunity because the time is now.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for your sponsorship from Bookonlinenow. Also, Alberto Recanatesi, Bookassist, per favore.
Vinicius, thanks to you, to everybody. It was a real pleasure for the hoteliers. Again, you can wait the end of the storm, or you can just start to dance under the rain. So let's do it now. Thank you.
Awesome. Nicola, Seghi, Simple Booking.
Bye-bye, everybody, and thank you for being here with everybody together. Please don't give up, no fear, and feel free to contact us for any kind of support. We will be happy to help everybody. Thank you.
Awesome. So thank you, everybody. We stay tuned. Keep tuned. Follow us on LinkedIn for what we're going to happen for the next year and for the next event before we start US. And we'll see you tomorrow with a great outstanding panel again as you. And thank you very much for all the professionals to be here with us and sharing so much knowledge to help hoteliers on these difficult times. Thank you, everyone. Have a end evening there. We have people from all over the world now, so here. Welcome and thank you, everybody. Thank you for the attendance. Cheers, guys. Bye. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.